Welcome, everyone. Good afternoon to all of you. Today, we're gathered virtually to witness the groundbreaking ceremony of Seaside Lodge at Chesapeake Bay. My name is Tammy Bush, and I'm the Director of Operations for the Goodwill Pierre Law Firm, and I will serve as our Mistress of Ceremonies this afternoon. When not fulfilling my hostess duties, I, along with my colleagues, Alex and Danielle, at Goodwill Pierre's law firm, oversee and facilitate compliance, both Section 3 and DBRA compliance for the Seaside Lodge project and many others. On behalf of those of us at Goodwill Pierre, it is our pleasure to introduce a new community in the City of Seabrook. Because of COVID, what would normally be a live event at an actual work site has become a virtual event, and that's just the nature of our world today as we adjust. And in this virtual event, this is why everyone who is speaking today has in front of them, if you would notice, a pot that looks like this, filled with dirt from the actual site. Each speaker will turn the dirt at the conclusion of their remarks. Let's take a quick peek at the process of putting this virtual groundbreaking together. We understand a small shovel moving dirt in a pot is a far cry from actually sticking a shovel in dirt at a site. However, this project deserves its due celebration and recognition of the work completed to date and what the future looks like for the residents at Seaside Lodge. Let us bless this occasion with greetings and an invocation from Ellen Thornburg, student pastor at Seabrook United Methodist Church.
Grace to you and peace on this Thursday afternoon. Would you be with me in a spirit of prayer? Liberating God, we thank you to be together today, and we seek energy for the work that lies before us. We pray for the Seabrook community as it continues to shift and grow, for the construction professionals who will build Seaside Lodge with skill and ingenuity, for all the people who will one day work there, for our elders who will make these 92 residencies into warm and wise homes, for the families and friends who will visit them, for all of nature and your creation, we thank you. Amen.
Thank you, Pastor Thornburg, for the word and blessings from our higher power. Now, to honor our nation, we will have Joy Pierre, daughter of Goodwill Pierre, come forward to the screen to sing the Star Spanner.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light, oh, so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket great glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say dance that star-spangled yet on and wave, for the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Thank you so much. That was beautiful. This project is only as great as the city where it is located. Bringing greetings from the City of Seabrook, please welcome Mayor Tom Kolupski.
On behalf of City Council and the residents and businesses, I welcome you virtually to the City of Seabrook. We are thrilled to welcome the newest addition to Chesapeake Bay, Seaside Lodge in the City of Seabrook. As a longtime resident of Seabrook, I'm committed to improving the quality of life, to keeping residents safe and secure, and to promote economic diversity and tourism. I want to thank Commissioner Adrian Garcia, the Texas General Land Office, and Harris County's Office of Housing and Urban Development for providing the needed funds to create a much needed housing for our senior citizens. Thank you to Mark Dana Corporation for your commitment to the city. I look forward to celebrating our in-person ribbon cutting next year when we conquer this pandemic. Once again, welcome to the City of Seabrook. I now celebrate the hard work by all of us this far and the future this project represents by symbolically turning over this dirt. Congratulations.
You were the first to turn over the dirt, so you remember. Thank you.
Thank you.
So, Seaside Lodge could only exist with the support of several important members of our community that saw and filled the community's need with additional senior living areas. We begin with this acknowledgement by bringing to the screen the Honorable Adrian Garcia, Harris County Commissioner, Precinct 2.
Thank you, Timmy. Thank you for having me. Mayor Kalupski, great to see you. And thank you to all the other guests that are here. And for Mayor in particular, I want to thank you for all you're doing for the residents of Seabrook. They are so privileged to have your leadership. And I also want to commend and thank the Harris County Community Services Department. I saw Daphne Lamel earlier, but I want to thank Daphne and Josh Stuckey for all of their great work there, because we work, and they in particular are at the tip of the spear in terms of working tirelessly to manage the use of the CDBG-DR funds from the GLO and HUD. It cannot be easy with COVID, and I just want you to know that I see your hard work and appreciate all that you do. I do understand that Seabrook or Seaside Lodge at Chesapeake Bay is a senior community that is going to be located in the great city of Seabrook, Texas, and will incorporate 92 units. In addition, this project has generated jobs for low-income residents and opportunities for small and minority-owned businesses as well. And so thank you to the GLO. Thank you to all of the federal and state officers. I see the congressman here as well. So we're grateful for all of the respective work, not to fail to mention M&G Bank, mention the Texas General Land Office, HUD, Mark Dana Corporation. And then I just want to leave this message with everyone that my staff and I here at Precinct 2 want to be good neighbors to all of the cities in the Precinct 2 community, and we work tirelessly to do so. So we remain a phone call away to everyone that may be in need of our service and assistance, but we want to work with you and be a good neighbor in terms of providing quality and safe housing and along with the opportunity for business and economic growth. This is going to be very critical for us in the coming future. So thank you. And now I too want to do my part to celebrate the hard work by all involved to get to this point by symbolically turning over this incredible dirt and congratulating all involved. So here is my portion.
Next, we will hear from the Honorable Dennis Paul, Texas State Representative, District 129, which is home to the new Seaside Lodge development.
It's good to be here with y'all folks today and celebrate something as good as this. You know, as the only engineer in the Texas legislature, I've done a lot of projects like these over my years, and it's always great to be in an event like this and do a groundbreaking and kick off something as exciting as this. It's good to be here on a part and help y'all welcome Seaside Lodge at Chesapeake Bay. This project's in our district, and we're glad to have it. I said a long time ago that I want to be active in our community and active in a way that we can do to help citizens here to get what they need from the state. I supported this project back in 2018, and I look forward to being a part of the ribbon cutting and watching firsthand the positive impact on our community. I too celebrate the hard work of all that did to get it to this point.
Now joining us from the United States Congressman's office is Congressman Brian Babin from the 36th Congressional District.
Thank you, Timmy. I appreciate that very much. I'd also like to say how much I welcome Seaside Lodge in Chesapeake, and I really appreciate all the hard work that has gone into this. I'm always excited to have played a little bit of a part in bringing much needed federal funds to my district. in this instance, is Seabrook, Texas. I'm very proud and privileged to be representing you folks in the United States Congress. And I'll also like to mention that CDBG money gives much more flexibility to our locals. It eliminates a little bit of the federal mandate that so many people say, well, there's strings attached to federal money, but CDBG eliminates a lot of those problems. I'd also like to thank President Trump and his administration for projects just like these. And I want to thank Mayor Kolupski and also Texas General Land Office and Harris County officials, the commissioner and our state representative. Just want to say thank you, and all the many folks that have gone into this project to make it come to pass. And always good to see these funds like this be put to good public use and to benefit the population of this area. 92 units, really am looking forward to being able to see that. And I just want to say congratulations.
So at this point, it's crucial to have a handle on housing needs when dealing with a project of this size. We are grateful for the support of the Houston Field Office for the Department of Housing and Urban Development, better known as HUD. Today, joining us from their department is Dr. Edward Pringle.
Let me say on behalf of our Secretary Ben Carson and also our Regional Administrator Michael Burley, many thanks to the hardworking individuals, state and county staff and public officials for everything you've done to make this project happen. You know, I'm honored to be invited to take part in this virtual groundbreaking. I certainly have participated in a number of these virtual events, and I must say, no two have been alike. I know it's not easy, but working together, we can all overcome and celebrate the ribbon cutting of this beautiful project. I celebrate the hard work by all of you to get to this point periodically by symbolically turning over the dirt. Remember, Department of Housing and Urban Development will stand with you. Just give us a call. We are just a telephone away or an email away. But again, congratulations to getting to this point, and we look forward to working with you continually. Thank you.
Next, we will have Doralicia Rivera, Director of the Regulatory Oversight at the Texas General Land Office.
Yeah, it's quite an honor to be here on behalf of our wonderful Commissioner, George P. Bush, our Senior Deputy Director, Heather Legrone, myself. Thank you so much for allowing us to be here today on this amazing day, this wonderful multifamily unit that I personally approved and touched and worked with Renee and his wonderful team to get to the finish line. Thank you for letting us be here, as I said, and I do have my wonderful plot. I'm so excited, and I will be turning the dirt virtually. This is my first time. Thank you so much.
And last but not least, we will definitely bring Daphne Lamel to the screen, but before she comes, I'd like to just speak a little bit about it. A project of this caliber could not have even begun without the support of Harris County and the Community Services Department. These hardworking men and women are not only fiscal stewards of the CDBG funds, they are also the guardians ensuring the safe and strict compliance, building standards, Section 3 compliance, and accountable labor practices. Please join me in welcoming Daphne Lamel, Deputy Director of the Harris County Community Services Department.
I'm always excited to be at an occasion like this when we're breaking ground, even virtually, on another affordable housing project, and specifically for our senior population and the great city of Seabrook, one of our cities that we work with. Is glad to see a project come to that city. So I just want to thank this for all of the support from the mayor to Commissioner Garcia, Commissioner's Court, GLO, HUD, Representative Paul, Congressman Babb, and everyone who has touched this project. And it's not easy, I think I heard someone say, so I just want to say it does take a lot of hard work. And last but not least, I do want to thank the CSD team. They work tirelessly behind the scenes to do everything from funding to commitment to construction, oversight and management through long-term compliance. One thing a lot of folks don't realize, and when these projects get built, we are tied to them for 20 years to make sure they are serving the population and they are working to a high quality standard for our community. But again, it's an exciting day. And this is, last but not least, I want to acknowledge that this is one of 16 projects that Community Services will be working on. And with that, in partnership with the Texas General Land Office, who've been extremely supportive in helping us get these projects up and running. We couldn't do it without them, as well as with HUD. HUD works with us on a daily basis with all of our projects, and their technical assistance and guidance is also appreciated. So with that, let me also do the ceremonial turning of the dirt. So I have my pot as well, and I will do that.
Now it's time to recognize the folks that were picked to spearhead the construction of the vital centers for seniors. Our next speaker is David Kugler, president of Mark Dana Corporation and Kugler Construction of Texas.
Thank you very much. Welcome to our virtual groundbreaking for Seaside Lodge at Chesapeake Bay. We're very happy that you could join us today. We're the developer of Seaside Lodge, and we will also build and manage it. We'll build it through our affiliate, Seaside Lodge GC joint venture. That's our general contractor. It's a joint venture between Urban Partnerships Community Development Corporation and Kugler Construction. I'd like to tell you a little bit about Mark Dana. Mark Dana is a family-owned company. It was started by my father and my mother in the early 80s after my father retired from a career in mining, vice president of Gulf and Western's Natural Resources Group. My parents started Mark Dana as a way to give back to the communities by developing affordable and workforce housing. While we've developed a few market rate properties, it's our mission and focus to develop affordable and workforce housing. Mark Dana started developing affordable housing in Virginia because both my parents are from Virginia, and when they retired, they moved back to Virginia and developed and built one of the first developments in the state using the Housing Tax Credit Program in the early 80s. We take great pride in our developing, building, and managing of high quality, safe housing that's affordable and that will stand the test of time. We still own all the developments that we've built and developed over the years, and we continually work to update and renovate our older properties. I now too celebrate all of the hard work of everybody by the ceremonial turning of the dirt. Hopefully you can see it. There it is, dirt from Seaside, by the way, Seabrook. Now I'd like for you to gain a better sense of our project in Seabrook. So please welcome Taylor Pate. Taylor is one of our project managers and done a lot of work on this particular project. Taylor?
Thanks, David, and thanks everyone for joining all of us for the Seaside Lodge virtual groundbreaking. We're very proud to break ground on the first ever affordable housing development for seniors in the city of Seabrook. So what I'm going to do here is give you guys kind of an overview of what you saw in that opening video and kind of touch on some of the features and amenities that you'll expect at our Seaside Lodge development. So Goodwill, if you go back to the previous slide, there's a master site plan that kind of outlines the entire Chesapeake Bay development. This actually outlines what you see at the bottom of the screen off of Elam Street is where the drone lifts off. It takes off to the left, and that's the finished development that you can see in the video with the blue and brick out exterior. It's very similar to what you're going to expect to see at Seaside Lodge, so it should give you an idea of what to expect. It's 257 unit luxury seniors development that's a part of the entire Chesapeake Bay PUD. From there, the drone pans over to the right. The farthest to the right is our Seaside Lodge development, and the land right in between is just cleared land right now. There's nothing being built on it yet, but that'll be phase 3 and will be more single-story housing for seniors. So from here, I'm going to give you guys an example of what the interior of some of these units are going to look like. This is from one of our projects in the East Downtown Houston area called Edo Lofts. As you can see, we've got granite countertops, and it's going to be faux wood flooring and carpets in all the units. We've got every unit will have Energy Star appliances and self-cleaning ovens, and all units will have washer dryer hookups. The first floor units will have a private patio, and all the upper floor units will have a walkout balcony. So they should be getting a good view of Clear Lake and the whole Seabrook area. These next photos are more examples of some of the amenities and community centers that we have at our other projects. For Seaside, they're going to be very similar to what you're seeing in the pictures. You know, all tenants will have access to a swimming pool and a quick business center, a club room with kitchen and media areas, a fitness center, and there will be a community laundry room for all tenants. We're very excited for this project. We expect this to be a very successful project and look forward to seeing each and every one of you at the Seaside Lodge grand opening. So with that, I am going to do my virtual turning of the dirt. So here I am.
This development is coming together now on the strength of our community partnerships. Joining us first is Patrick Ezell, President and CEO of Urban Partnerships, a community development corporation and nonprofit real estate development company. Through UPCDC, Mr. Ezell has built economic and business development in the East End District of Houston, elevating the median income of a historically underserved community. Mr. Ezell is now bringing that successful model to Seaside Lodge.
Well, first, I'd like to thank David Kugler and the Mark Dana Corporation for inviting us into this opportunity on this project. These are exactly the type of projects that is our mission to work on. Projects like Seaside, this is an excellent example of the use of public funds to build affordable and sustainable housing options for our low and moderate income families. Projects like Seaside also provide job growth opportunities for the surrounding community and neighborhood. It's very rewarding to get to work on these projects and to facilitate projects that otherwise wouldn't have been possible, and to watch local vested people and the community flourish as a direct result of the project. And I'm happy to announce that our next speaker really embodies this sentiment and mission. Let me introduce to you Victoria Yates, who's not only a field engineer with Urban Partnerships, but is also a Section 3 resident from the surrounding community herself. Victoria, I'll turn it over to you.
Thank you, Patrick. I really appreciate it. And thanks to the Seaside Lodge GC joint venture for creating this position that allowed me the opportunity to learn and grow in my construction career. Working with a prominent company like Kugler Construction, this experience that I'm gaining is priceless, and I look forward to future projects with the Urban Partnership CDC. Thank you.
Well, I guess we get to do our virtual.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm doing it. I have my pot over here, so I'm doing it with you.
Our final community partner is Amergy Bank. Joining us on behalf of Amergy is Sarah Hale, Senior Vice President specializing in affordable multifamily housing loans. Throughout her 17 years in affordable housing finance, Ms. Hale refers back to her early work with affordable housing developer like Mark Dana to better serve her customers and the community.
Amergy Bank is excited to be a lending partner on another Mark Dana project. We have been a lending partner with the Kugler family since 2008. And since that time, we have financed 11 projects across the Houston area. And I can tell you each one has been more beautiful than the one before. And I'm sure Seaside Lodge will not disappoint us. And watching the videos or the pictures go by helped me go down memory lane for each one. Seaside Lodge will bring seniors an affordable housing option in the Chesapeake Bay master plan community. Amergy is proud to be a part of such a project that will deliver seniors a home that is in a safe environment with a myriad of activities where friendships can be made and grow. We are also very proud to be amongst the many people that are in attendance today and that have helped us get to this groundbreaking point. I want to say congratulations to Renee Martinez and his staff at Harris County Community Services Department. Congratulations, David, to you and your team at Mark Dana. And I want to give a shout out and a thank you to my closing team at Amergy. It's not me that does it all. I want to thank Todd Keating, Michael Enfinger, and Joyce Ing, who saw this through closing. And to wrap up, I know we're not to go on too long, but I wanted to leave with this story. I had a pastor give a message one time, and it said, and when I heard it, I knew it was the Mark Dana team, and the Cougar family represented this. But he said, you know, a lot of us can sympathize with the troubles of others. And he called that love in house shoes. We sit in the comfort of our homes and have a soft, fuzzy feeling toward other people. But he said those that sympathize and move to do something about those troubles that others face and reach out a helping hand, he called that love in work boots. And I think Mark Dana and Cougar family truly exhibit love in work boots. I know this will be another beautiful and successful project. And with that, I will turn the dirt in my pot. And I have never done this. Thank you.
Today we have heard a recurring theme, building gates, all to continue this good work and build the best version of Seaside Lodge at Chesapeake Bay. I now want to bring back to the screen the man of the hour, Mr. David Kugler, to make a few remarks in closing.
Yes, I appreciate this opportunity to really thank everybody that's on this call and for all the kind words, and especially for all the work that a lot of people have done, some of whom are on this call and a lot of whom are not. But I do want to take some time. I'm going to try not to be like an Academy Award winner and name everybody that's touched this project, or this would go on forever. But I'd like to start first and foremost with our elected officials. Without their support, we couldn't even start on a project like this. So thank you very much to the City of Seabrook, especially Mayor Tom Kolupski and the Seabrook City Council. Thank you very, very much also to the Honorable Adrian Garcia, Commissioner, Harris County Precinct 2. More about the county in a minute, but county played just an integral and primary role in the financing, as you know. Thank you also to Honorable Dennis Paul, member of the Texas House of Representatives, District 129, one of our first supporters, wrote a letter of support early on. And that takes some courage these days sometimes in some of our political environment. So really do appreciate all of the support of all the elected officials. Also, of course, the Honorable Brian Babin, member of the United States House of Representatives, Texas 36th Congressional District. We really need to keep funding for these types of projects alive and can't do it without the support of our federal government. So thank you very much. And of course, need to thank our financing partners. Want to thank our financing partners. The CDBG funds for this project are critical, and as I said, the starting point for the financing. And so we need to thank HUD and appreciate Dr. Edward Pringle joining us today and representing HUD. Thank you also to the Texas General Land Office, and very much appreciate Doralicia Rivera and her words earlier this afternoon, and the people that really did pulled the laboring oar, if you will, Harris County Community Services Department. Thank you to Mr. Josh Stuckey, to Daphne Lamel, to Renee Martinez, who we spent many hours of his time on phone calls, and also his staff, Latoya Ricketts and Benita Mahanta, Jason Moreno, Leticia Coronado, and Robert Perry and Kent Hadnot, who are helping us through the construction phase now. So thank you to Harris County Community Services Department. And then, of course, our construction and permanent lender, Amity Bank, as Sarah mentioned, they've been our finance partner on almost all of our projects, all but one. And I even forget that and call her about that one. And she has to remind me, that's not ours, David. You didn't do that one with us. So sorry about that, but thanks for your support, ongoing support. And then also, thank you very much to Ellen Thornburg, who gave us a really nice, warm invitation, and she is going to join us at the end with the benediction. So thank you very much. I also want to take a few moments to thank some of the other folks on our design team that help us build what we're going to be very proud of. You know, very nice project here in Seabrook. Thank you very much to Urban Partnerships as our nonprofit construction partner. Our architects, McCasey and Associates, Mark McCasey and Will Cummings. Our engineers, you know, Mark Sabington and Ed Figueroa and Jair Vasquez, and Jerry Wynn. Our lawyers, Locke Lord. Our accountants, Nova Gradic. You know, the developer of the Chesapeake Bay planned use development, Bill Friedrichs, you know, he really envisioned this project years ago, put together the zoning, the planned unit development so that we could do this, introduced us to the city and the mayor and the city council. So, you know, thanks a lot, Bill. You really deserve a lot, if not all of the credit for really starting the project in this direction. And then last but not least, thanks to Goodwill Pierre and his team. You've been great, and we appreciate all your help with making sure we work well within the Section 3 and DBRA and everything else that we want to do to encourage you know, participation by people in the community. So thanks a lot, everyone. And with that, I will turn it back over to Ellen Thornburg, who will do our benediction, after which we'll play the aerial footage again for those that may have missed it when we played it at the beginning, or those that just want to see it again. And then we'll adjourn. So thank you, and Ellen.
May the love of God and the power of the Spirit be with you and remain with you as you work to lift up all peoples. Amen.